In this video, I'm going to talk about choosing an online niche or a niche, however you want to say it, when trying to start a platform. I have done this a couple times with a couple different strategies, and I'm going to just share with you my experiences with it. I'm obviously, you can see by my channel size, I'm no expert on it, but I have attempted this on a couple different platforms. And I have had varying results and varying successes and failures depending on how you define that. And I'll explain what that means in a minute. So basically, the first time I was trying to actually make money online, I went into blogging and tried to do affiliate marketing. And I found a free course by Miles Beckler where he explains it all and shows you how to set it all up. And there's a part in there on choosing a niche. And when you choose a niche, he had this $2 bump sell that was like a 2-hour video that I bought. And basically, what it has you do is you list out everything that you've ever been interested in, everything that you've ever been a part of, any work experience you have, hobbies, anything that you want to learn, basically just every topic that comes to mind that sparks some sort of interest or that you have some sort of knowledge in. And then from there, you do research to see if there's communities around this. So you get on Facebook and you type in whatever it is. So if it's pickleball, for example, you type in pickleball, and if there's Facebook groups that are active around pickleball, then you know that there's communities out there that you can advertise or market to. Now, beyond this, you can go and look on Google and search, and you can see if people are running ads for products or courses or digital products within this space. So for example, if you Google pickleball, paddles come up, balls come up, lessons come up. So you know that it's an active space. From here, you can see kind of what's auto-populated, like when you type in pickleball, what Google auto-suggests to see what other areas within the niche you can go into. But that's a pretty good indicator in and of itself that you have a profitable topic idea. Now from here, you have to kind of decide if you want to spend the next 3 to 5 years diving in and learning and being a part of this group. So if you're already a part of the group, for example, like a store owner who owns, like say, a bakery, and you're going to be doing bread content or baking content, if you own the store, you're probably going to be a part of it for the next 5 years. But if I'm just saying like, oh, I'll pick up pickleball so I can start a blog and make some money, you better make sure you really like pickleball because it takes years to make any of this stuff viable. And this is all according to research and to courses that I've taken. This isn't necessarily from my own experience, just full disclosure. But I did try this course, and I have a video coming out that I'm working on where I discuss the full process of this. Basically, I chose some sort of like lizard that I chose the pet industry, and I niched down on a specific lizard that I was going to do. And all the research indicated that this had low competition, high traffic volume. It was going to be good, but I got bored of it after like a few months because I don't even own this lizard anymore. It was something that I used to own. And it turns out that it's not just the research, but it's also you. You have to be able to dedicate time to this. And I almost think, just from what I've seen, that that's more important because even if it's a less viable niche based on the research, if you're able to put in more effort than everyone else because you're already a part of it or you're already spending hours and hours a day on it, then you're going to kind of rise to the top. Now, that being said, it's good to have a little bit of research so you're not just going into something that doesn't exist. But I think there's a balance there. And with this specific project, I leaned more towards the research and it failed miserably. Now, in the other projects I've done, I've started Instagram pages, theme pages. If you don't know what that is, it's just like, I started one over classic rock. So I would post videos of old concerts or interviews or photos from, Led Zeppelin all the way. I didn't really do the Beatles, but the Rolling Stones and things like that. And I built up a really large community. I got it up to almost 12,000 followers, but there was no way to monetize it. There's no products I could sell. I could have started selling records or posters, or I could have made stickers. There is a way I could have done it, but I didn't know it back then. So I just had this huge community. I was getting hundreds of thousands of views on some of the videos I was posting, and it was honestly crazy. And it kind of stumbled upon it on accident. I just started doing it for fun. But this is a course where it's something I'm really passionate about. So I was able to post multiple times a day for like years to build it this way. And it did build up, it worked. But the research wasn't there on how I was going to monetize it. So as you can see, both stories show each side. I had way more fun building up the Instagram page versus the blog just because I like the topic more. And at the end of the day, neither of them made money because I was missing a key aspect. I could have easily, if I had done some research, made money with the Rockstar one because I was already dedicated to the time. I liked spending the time, is what I mean to say. Whereas the other one, it was almost like going to work every day. I didn't really like writing about this lizard or researching about this lizard. I didn't already know it. With the rock stuff, I already knew a lot of what I was saying. So it didn't really take research. It just took the time of crafting a post or finding a post to repost. So with that experience in mind, I think that doing the one that you're more passionate about is going to be more important. And there's other people who are way further along on this path than I am who kind of preach the same thing. But I think it's not all sunshine and daisies. You can't just do something you love. You have to know how you're going to monetize it as well. If I would have known that I could have made stickers or sold posters or something, I probably could have opened up a little it wasn't TikTok, but like an Instagram shop or even a Shopify and connected it and had something there that was bringing in some sort of money. But I just didn't know quite how to do that then. So basically what I'm trying to say is if you base it all on the research, I doing the research, I found that golf cart tires it's a very viable niche, right? Through keyword research and things like that. I don't know anything about golf cart tires. I've never owned a golf cart. I'm not going to go make a platform on that. It wouldn't make sense, even though the research shows it. Now, this YouTube channel, for example, I am committing to trying to grow this channel. And basically the channel is about my process of trying to grow the channel. And then also growing some other side businesses that I'm trying. Now, I've already committed to growing these side businesses and to growing this channel. So it makes sense for me for the next few years that I will be making content on this because I will already be doing the thing. It's not something extra I'm having to do. So I think when it boils down to it, find something that you're already committed to doing. Like if you already work on your truck a lot, then start making videos about it. Because then it's not like an extra time you have to do. You just have to spend extra time on the thing that you're already doing. You don't have to have this whole new slice of time that you have to suddenly come up with, right? Like I suddenly had to start becoming an expert on lizards that I didn't really care about, which would be great now if I was getting paid, $50K a year, but at the beginning you're getting paid nothing. So it makes sense to use things that you're already dedicating time to. So if you're already into baking sourdough or you're already into raising kids, like you have kids, maybe you just sit down and talk like I am about some things that you've noticed with your kids. Like I said, if you already have a car, if you're really into organizing or cleaning, I found a page so satisfying. I'm not even into this kind of thing, but this lady just goes over her budgeting. And she has a really cool way, like she has these files that she puts like her physical money into, like a file that she has, a little plastic portfolio and a binder. And then at the end of each week, she kind of rifles through it and, redistributes where maybe more money was spent or less money was spent. There's extra money and she puts it into other envelopes that are more long-term. And it's really satisfying. And I'm sure this is not something she was like, I'm going to just learn this and make a YouTube channel as I learn it. She was probably already learning it and then saw people were interested and then started doing it. So that's not to say you can't say, I'm going to pick up a new hobby and then start a YouTube channel on it or start a blog on it. But just make sure that it's something that you're actually into and you're not just doing it because you think you can catch on a fad or on a trend that you can just ride. Make sure it's something that you actually want to do, right? Like if you're picking up exercise, exercise is something that you should do for the rest of your life. So maybe you do document your journey exercising because that's something you're going to do forever. But don't just pick like a random lizard or a random product and base everything around it because the research shows that the niche is viable, because that just didn't work for me. But then on the flip side, make sure you know how to monetize things. But you can always go back and monetize an audience that's there later. So if I hadn't, I deleted the page, but if I had kept that page active, the Rockstar one, I could go back now and start a sticker shop associated with it and probably make a few dollars. Probably wouldn't get rich off of it, but I could make a few bucks and that would be cool. So prioritize the passion, follow what you're interested in. You will always be able to outwork someone if it doesn't feel like work to you.